Well, that'll be better, I guess. My hairstyle's bad. Um, guys, it's Alan. It's a little not very bright. I'm trying to fix it. It's about scrupulosity, and when you are a TI, is big in 2019. When you think it's big, it's the realization that a lot of people claiming it are people that were just feds. It's probably like Havana syndrome. People that were pretending to be Havana syndrome to get a government narrative story being hit. Um, and they're just used to it, playing a part, playing a role, and getting paid for it. So that the few people that are actually the real people that are getting hit, um, other people can say, "Oh no, we all know it was just the feds and making," no, it wasn't. There's some people actually getting hit, experimented on, whether Space Force. In my case, it's just an implantable. It's an actual part of my right here, right there, and it bulges out kind of, but it's hard to see. There's not a part of the body that does that, you know, but it's just that area, and it for literally since I was 14, getting hit, and it felt like something was sucking out your emotions, your personalities, like a physical electronic. I gotta check something real quick. Uh, but that's what it felt like since I was 14 after I broke my arm after a football practice in high school. Fixed my arm and shoulder good, but a few months later, just out of the blue, I'd be at the library, boom, double over pain. And it would just come on, and then it became over the months and years just this constant, gradual, chronic, um, grinding, numbing pain that would once in a while get hit with a sharp boom. And for 30 years, I was thankful after about 10 years of talking and get something. Uh, TENS units, different medications, steroids, and specialists, finally Oxycontin. And you don't think anything weird like somebody's trying to hurt you. You know, why would you think nobody would? Why? You're a good person, they're good people. They're all probably whatever church people, and they just wouldn't do that. You're only 14 at the time I was. You don't think they're going to have research grants from the NIH or DARPA or whatever, or that they would do something like that, experiment on a kid, or that your parents, my dad was there when I was getting the operation on my arm, that they wouldn't just use your son as a guinea pig. You know, oh, well, this is going to help them. They just lie to the parents, even. But knowing that I've been having to take pain meds for, finally at the age of 28, I started getting pain meds. It was around 29, well, 1999, 2000. And, but just, and then this is, I'm saying this in 2025. And thank God that President Trump has got Cash Patel and Pam Bondi and RFK Jr. And you just really hope, because now they're talking openly about the swamp. And he's putting a stop on a lot of these research grants because a lot of these USAID and Cash Patel's talking about a church commission. And in this case, it's going on 40 years for me. Just constant chronic pain. Robert Duncan, um, whether Tim Emerson, whatever his name is, really, it's like Robert Hansen, the FBI that was working for Russia too, had 5 aliases. His name was Ramon Garcia, real name Robert Hansen, but he also went by Jim Baker, 1985 during the PTL thing. He had There's like four or five names he went by, so we don't know what the names really are. They don't probably have just one alias. Now, people can have different names, like your first name, and then if you're married, or it's like my name's originally as a kid, Alan Nielsen, but I was never adopted. So my name biologically was Brewer, but I didn't know it. I always went by Nielsen, my stepdad. So now I go by Alan Brewer Nielsen. So anyway, the greed, and there needs to be a stop on this greed and the experimenting on people. As bad it is to use animals. It is horrible. Or prisoners, people. They're also using it on people who aren't prisoners, me. It's always wrong to take beings and torture them to find out so you can get a bunch of money. And now they're at the point of their ethics is so out the window, including doctors and people in towns or big cities and hospitals. They're using it on regular people. And see the bioethics in White House Bioethics 2011 2012 to allow a person to spend that many decades, not a few months or weeks. That's bad enough. Decades. But that's what they do. They try to get a person to off themselves, the CIA or FBI, but they are so dirty, the deep state, that it's so big and corrupt, and now they're just being fired. But hopefully they'll speed up the pace. It's like the Epstein list. Today's March 1st, 2025, and that was supposed to come out already. So, and here it is. Now there's a 2 week pause because the FBI didn't do all the paper. Anyway, I don't know if they're just trying to buy more time, or from showing all their cards. I don't know, but hopefully there will be a church commission, and they won't marry us, force us to be married or merge with synthetic telepathy and AI without our choice, without even being told what to do. And it's by people in our towns that are religious, but they claim, oh, it's the bad Satanists or the transhumanists. No, it's just people that are greedy and will do anything for money, including torturing a child down the block. Because why? They get money, and it's not them being tortured; they're getting the money. They just won't tell the kid they're going to about to be tortured, but they're going to try to put a spin on a happy face, like we made sure they said a religious thing before they died, so that they can tell people they went to heaven. We killed them and tortured them, but we tried to make sure they went to heaven. I was studying to be a minister when they did this to me. So anyway, watch out for the greed. It's not just the Satanists. It's just greed in its colors. And with the advent of AI and them trying to merge it with people, popular mechanics, they have a whole magazine on it. So anyway, thank goodness for targeted individuals and targeted justice and PACs. So I got to go. I'll talk to you later.